Thokozani, ngiyanibingelela Esilwaneni. Kuseyimthukela. Magela. It's been a while. It's been a very long time. But I did excuse myself. I did tell people that ngizoba busy kakhulu. Yeah. It's been a busy week, and it's been a busy month actually. Yes. Yeah. Imisebenzi abantu bathwasa. Kudliwa intwaso left, right and center. People are graduating. It's that time. So ngiyabingelela kubantu abakhona life nabantu abanesineke nesilwane. It's a Friday. It is a Friday, and it's a month end for some, so I know a lot of people are gonna be all over the place, and this Friday thing is, what is it, Black Friday thing? It's just too much. But it has no importance. Sisakhuluma ngokuthwasa. The do's and don'ts ekuthwaseni. I said a few things. I said much. I said much about much of almost all of the things that people tend to associate nokuthwasa, which are not associated nokuthwasa. Things that I imposed ekuthwaseni, which are related to ukuthwasa. I said a few things, if not much. Just to ensure that wonke umuntu who watches the videos zala Esilwaneni zamina mkhulu Thukela, to know where I stand, and I can stand by that 1,000 times and more. So it's just a few things that I needed to put out there before I continue. I wasn't going to. I was going to make sure that maybe someone will raise this, maybe ask it. And I feel that even the people who have tried to ask some of the things I've spoken about, they are unsure of what they want me to tell them. They are even unsure of the question itself. They're doubting the manner in which they would ask the question. Thus, they try, and rather than just ask the question, they would want to know where my thought is at, or how would I better explain it. And then they don't understand when I say I wouldn't explain it. As far as religion and ukuthwasa, African spirituality. As far as religion and spirituality is concerned, because religion was founded on spirituality, but everyone now, today, who's religious is not spiritual. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. I will be here till kingdom come, till my demise. Thus, I won't shy away from a debate about this thing. So yeah. Anyways, we're not there anymore. We're here now. It's a Friday. Still on the topic, yokuthwasa. The do's and don'ts, ekuthwaseni. Things you have to be mindful of, ekuthwaseni. Things you have to be distance from. You have to be distant from ekuthwaseni. When you take the journey, you have to ensure yourself the detachment of these things. So, yeah. Now, this is more of a ping situation as far as ukuthwasa is concerned. Kukhona abantu who come Esilwaneni or who contact Esilwane for consultations, maybe sometimes even dream translations. The part where dreams are concerned, people, please pay attention. There is no simple explanation to a dream. Let me say, to isibonakaliso. There is no simple explanation kwisibonakaliso. What's the difference, you ask? The difference between a dream nokuvakashela amathongo. A dream could be escalated from memory. Simo sokuvakashela amathongo is being at a point of no recognition and acknowledgement, but yet gain tremendous information from the situation or the place you are, ethongweni lapho. I'll better explain this. Many people have dreams. No, let me stop this dream talk. Let me not use English for this because our Nguni people do not understand. And it is us that I need to explain this the most. Sonke siyaphupha. Yes. Sonke siyathonga. I think at that point, because now if I use English to explain this, I won't have another term that would make sense outside of vision. Sonke siyaphupha. Ngiyabingelela kubona kubantu abangenayo kwi-life. Ngiyanibona lapho kuloko ngiyathokoza kakhulu. Kukhona isimo sokuvakashelwa. Umuntu lapho efikele amathongo. Amathongo azizibonakaliso. Umuntu onezibonakaliso. Iphupha, you're just reflecting on past events. Iphupha is just a reflection of past events. Ithonga sisimo sokuvakashelwa. Isimo sokuvakashelwa kulapho you will be in a place you have never been before with a certain number of people you have never met before, doing things you wouldn't normally do, even speaking a language you are not familiar with. Kukhona amathongo abantu who speak Sotho or who have people who address them in Sesotho in their dreams. Yet umuntu has no memory of a Sotho bloodline in the family. You see? So, emathonga ke lawo. There are people who are coconuts as far as our generation is concerned, who have never been to the river, who have no recollection of the events taking place in a river. And they would dream of a particular place with clear vision of what that place looks like and where that place is, regardless of them never having been there. A recollection of you speaking to someone who resembles features of a certain somebody in your family. And if your family might be honest enough, if you ask about the person, you find out that who passed away when uma wakho wayintombi. So there's zero chances that you were alive at the time, nor have any memory of the person outside knowing that you've heard someone say something about them during a family meeting or something. So people tend to want simple translations to dreams, which is impossible. I'm going to use dreams, man. Just get out of my business. Get out of my case. I'm going to use dreams because I'm speaking English here. So please bear with me. So people have the tendency of wanting a dream to be simple and direct. They want you to tell them maumuntu ephupese manzini awuyathwasa kumele usiwe manzini. Dream translation is more of what you were doing, with whom, where. And there's this thing, it's a loose term, yokuthi umuntu uthongela someone else. I say loose term because many people use it nje. They don't understand the depth of ukuthongela omunye umuntu. Now, the part where ufumana isibonakaliso and whatever nto amathongo akudlulisela yona is not going to happen to you. It all has to do with the setting of the dream. It's more focused in the setting of the dream. Just because you dreamt that someone else was getting shot or stabbed or in an accident, the point where you are dreaming to warn that person about that or be knowledgeable of the event before it happens, even if it has happened, to give reason as to why it happened, you have to look at where you were at that point in time. Because there are dimensions and shifts in a dream where you can be part of the accident or be out or be inside looking outside in the accident, where you see yourself in the car but you can view yourself from a bird's eye view maybe. So when a person has that type of a dream, you can't just say no, tell your cousin not to go to the event next month because they might be in an accident. Look into what happened in the dream before you just throw the dream there. You see, so those are the things that people need to be mindful of as far as dream translations are concerned. And there are many I don't know what to call these, because people make these assumptions. They tend to assume. So I'm looking for a suitable word that could describe what this thing people do. Okay, it doesn't matter. People have this tendency of making your dream sound simple, appear simple for particular reasons. For instance, if you go to a sangoma, then you say, Mkhulu, ngithonge ngisemanzini. Futhi there was this lady lapha. I couldn't identify if they're young or old. They were doing something that was unusual, and they were not wearing anything maybe. And a portion of their body was in the water, and a portion of their body was outside the water. Their upper body was outside the water. And babenza lokhu nalokhu nalokhu. Then there are simple escapes to this translation where a person would just say, no, mamlambo lo. You see? Or, hayi, senzunzu leso. Kusho khona ukuthi kumele uthwase. Kumele uyothi. I'm cool. Now, you jump into that thing. Maybe this person seke wathwasa aphambilini. Or maybe this person akathwasa. Konje, maybe kukhona isilo sakubo esimvakashela ngaleyo ndlela, which is not necessarily umamlambo. You see, so people desire those. Ngiyabonga, ngiyathokoza, ngokubonile thokoza. Yes, Musa. So last Musa sikhuluma about dreams. Sithetha amaphupho ke namhlanje. So be mindful of your dream translations. And just because you dreamt about, okay, let me make this type of example, because I've seen this thing create a crack in a family maybe. Uyangena ekuthwaseni, uyathwasa, uyakhula, you are being productive futhi, and all of a sudden now you dream of an aunt of yours choking you in your dream. There's been situations where a person would go to the extent of saying, such and such young lawyer, such and such is an enemy to me, such and not. Hence, I said there aren't any simple explanations or translations to a dream. You can't just have a simple explanation to a dream. A person has a dream of a fight maybe, and now all of a sudden they pay attention that the person who I'm fighting with is my sister or my best friend. Now you have an attitude towards your friend all of a sudden, because you have planted it in your mind that they are out to get you, or you see? Uyangiloyo bani, bana ngifuni, kudala vele ngiyibona lento. No, relax. As I had said, dreams are dimensional. There might be something emakela akubonisa yona, and they are showing you that lento iseduzane. So they are giving you a familiar face so that you know whatever is going to happen, good or bad, it might be dealt by a hand of a person who's closest to you. It's not necessarily the person who was choking you or stabbing you or shooting at you in the dream. People walk around hating people after dreaming something, because they think dreams are simple explanations or translations. A dream could be a lot of things, but simple is not one of them. A dream is a lot of things, but simple is definitely not one of them. There's nothing simple about a dream. Absolutely nothing. abantu abadala bakuvakashela to show you that mvanami kukhona okuzayo. Now, where they show you a familiar face, but when you are paying attention to what's coming, don't look far. Look very close. In fact, look very, very, very close. Maybe let's say in the dream they show you being attacked by a sibling. They're not saying the sibling is going to do this to you, but they're trying to show you how close the pain is going to be. Now you're having a family event, and then a fallout happens. A fallout started by someone who's a family friend, maybe. You see? And you were busy looking at your cousin or brother at the corner of your eye because you had a bad dream about it. So I'm just urging abantu abathwasayo nalaba abazokuthwasa nalaba sebathwasile. Ngutshela mina bakhona abantu sebathwasile abayizangoma who have this mentality. It's not only laba abangena ekuthwaseni nalaba abasha ekuthwaseni. No. Khona abantu ekudala bathwasa who know that mangiphupha uthukela mina uthukela yangiloya yavele ngiyazi uthukela unamagona. So baloya labantu abanezigubhu labo vele bathwele labo. Those are the news going around. So ngiyabonga nguni. Ngiyabonga mntakwethu. Ngiyabonga. So today I'm here to teach people to not overthrow what they see in a dream. When you dream of an accident and your cousin is in that accident, don't rush to your cousin and tell them, yay, you're going to be in an accident. No, that is not the case. Look at who was in the car in the dream. Try and recall. I know some of you are going to say, I'm cool. Lento ikhulumayo ayikho because mina ngiyawakhohlwa wami. Yes, singabanye siyawalibala amathongo. And on the dream part, it's not bad ukulibala ithonga. I say this to my students. It is not bad ukhohlwa or ukulibala ithonga. Sometimes zikhona izinto idlozi elizinikeza wena elingafuni uzidlulisa nakugobela lo. Ngiyafunga. I don't have a problem with ithwasa lami lisho lithi baba angikhumbuli kahle ngithi asibonge emva nami uphahle babikele ukuthi bakupho okunye. Sometimes idlozi lizokunikeza something and take it away from you to avoid you saying it to anyone else, and then the point of experiencing the dream idlozi lizovakasha. And then all of a sudden, at the day of the accident, you have a deja vu. It feels like everything that is happening on that day has happened before. Hello? Am I making sense? At the day of the accident, you will feel a sensation of what is formerly known as deja vu. You will see mina, Tugel, wearing a particular set of clothing. You'll be like, man, Umkulu was wearing this way before. Umkulu was holding this cup before. The same hairstyle. I might even say some shit that might be familiar. I don't know. I say a lot of things that are unorthodox. So I might even say something that would click a certain way in ngqondweni yakho. And you'll be like, he's not the first time he's saying this to me. And bear in mind, maybe it's even the first time I'm talking to you. You see? So you will feel the point of a deja vu. Now you know, because to avoid you talking about this, maybe this thing has a third foot. kukhona umphembeleli. You might project this thing to yena lo umenzi wayo. You see? So now makhona umphembeleli, idlozi lizoyibona leyo nto, idlozi lishenqise lento, likuphe mhlambe ngangelalanga. And all of a sudden when you don't want to get inside the car, you're like, man, ndizolandela mna, or nanonza khwela imoto kamalume ningahamba nina. And then everyone who was in that car gets into an accident. And then you're beating yourself up. I'm like, I saw this thing. You see? Now, everyone you saw in the dream might not have been in the accident. You see? Hence, it's important. Hence, you can't just simplify Itong. You can't just simplify Itong. First of all, we have to identify the part where litonga leli. The part where mina thukela ngizoti, yabona ke mntwanami, usuvakashelwe ke manje. Abantu abadala bakubikela lokhu nalokhu ya. Yeah, keywords, lokhu nalokhu ya. I've been teased about this, it's okay. So, first, a person needs to identify the difference between iphupha nethonga. Baningi abantu bathonga. Ngithi madoda, all right, it's okay. I understand that these terms are familiar to many people now. They might not know what they mean, but they're familiar. So whenever umntu has something that seems special to them, it has to be a dream. It has to be a tongue. You see, so I listen to some who tell me their dreams, and then I can tell that you're dreaming, man. You were just accessing certain memories that were hidden somewhere in your brain. Come on, relax. And then I move on. I don't even reply. I don't reply. I don't reply. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, no, this thing is serious. It's very serious, but okay. So, when you are in the journey of Twasa, be mindful of this thing. Be mindful of what you regard a dream or ipupa or ipupo. I don't care. Or itong or ukuvakashelwa. I'd use the term yokuvakashelwa. Ngoba at the point lapho uvakashelwa khona kulapho umuntu omdala akupha something to be knowledgeable about. Maybe baxayisa, maybe bakupha man, bakupha. I'm not talking to 3-year-olds here. So lokho indaba yethonga cannot be a simple explanation. It can never be a simple explanation. It can never be a simple explanation. Ukhona abantu who come with dreams of red meat, inyama ebomvu, and they have understandings of what that is. Or abanye have dreams of shoes, and they have an explanation of what that is. Of weddings and funerals, they have explanations of those things. You dream of a funeral, someday there will be one. You will dream of umchato, and it might just be that umchato. Don't overshoot this thing. People are overshooting with all the other theories that have made sense to them throughout the time. I'm not taking away from them. Please. I'm not taking away from all of the other ways of translating, but never, you can't do this when you look in a dream. You can't be one-eyed in a dream. You can never be one-eyed in a dream because ithongo livast. Libanze kakhulu. There are many turns that you would simplify that aren't so simple, that you would complicate that aren't so complicated. And kulaba abantu abahlukumezekayo, when you forget ithonga, relax. Stress too much. Relax, just chill. Not onke amathongo ozokwaphiwa or ozokwadluliselwa abantu abadala are meant for you to talk to someone else about, including ugobela wakho. I'm saying this as a gobela. Including ugobela wakho. There's some shit that I'm not supposed to know. It's bad, but it's good. There are some things igobela is not supposed to know. Those things are just meant for you. So don't overthink this thing of dreams. Ngiyabingelela futhi kulaba abangenayo. In case you missed it, Isithukela today is still on the topic of Twasa, but now it's dream translation. And it's neither here nor there. I'm only saying never simplify ipupa. Never simplify ipupa too much because it can never be that simple. Kuloko makela. Let us move on. Then, so yeah, bengisasho. So stop stressing mulkhohlewe ithonga. Stop stressing mulkhohlewe ithonga. If umuntu ophahlayo. Yeah. If umuntu ophahlayo, ma idlozi likunikeze okuncane. And then you forget a portion of the dream. Maybe it feels, because it does feel, I know many of you can relate, where you forget, you can remember the whole dream, and then you forget maybe the ending. And you feel so strongly about the ending that you feel, the ending was the ending, or the beginning, or somewhere in the middle. You have a dream of you falling over a cliff, and then in the midst of falling, you land, but you don't remember what happened during the process of landing. And then you feel, the punchline. The punchline was the landing. If I can remember what happened when I landed. You see? No, it happens. It happens where a person would stress about la portion ayilibele more than the whole dream. They feel so strongly about the portion umuntu ayilibele that they feel that if I could remember le endilibele part, I feel like that's the message. That's the message in the dream. Don't overthink this thing. Relax. I'm trying to tune the speed sabantu abathwasayo, because abantu abathwasayo bahamba ngo-150 ngo-160 ibe imoto zabo zingaserviswa noserviswa. Lower your speed. Relax. Many of you are overthinking this thing, they are overshooting this thing, and they are overdoing. Overdoing is too much. Some of you are extreme in the point of overdoing it, that you are imitating idlos. It's disgusting, but okay. I'm not here. I'm not there. I'm going there. Relax, chill. I'm going there, but not today. So don't stress if you forget a dream. If umuntu ophahlayo, I'm emphasizing on this thing. If we are phahla, when you forget a dream, relax. Don't think too much of it. Hambu yokuphahla. bantu abadala ngiyabonga ngalokho eninginikeze khona. Ngifuna ningidlulisele okunye. Kukhona kulapho eningibonise khona lokhu nalokhu. Ngikhohlwe lokho okuncane. Angazi ngibonisani ngalento futhi angi-understand le, angiqondisisi yona lento. Ngifuna niphinde nibuye namhlanje kusihlwa ningivakashele futhi ningipho okunye. Ngifuna ubabanzi ngengcabango, ngifuna kusondela kini. Ngifuna ngikhafulele lokhu nalokhu nalokhu ya. Ningiphe amandla ukuthi ngikwazi ukubona lokho eningibonisa kona. Idlozi liyezwa. They will give you a better understanding. But if you have dreams and you all constantly complaining that hayi ngiyabakhohlwa or hayi thina abantu abadala mina benika into ezingazi-understandi, like you don't even phahla. You don't even phahla. The point of understanding izoqala ndawoni because you don't make any effort. You see? So, yes. Kulapho siyabonga. Siyabonga Magela. Asize sikhule. Asikhule silunge. Siphahle kahle. Siphahle with purpose. Siphahle with purpose. You see? Ngiyabonga. Oh yeah. Now siyashifta ke kwi-dreams now. I hope I've set the part where dreams are concerned. Please ask, because you don't say anything now on the comment section, and then you come to my messages and then hey, inibhala ama-paragraphs lapha, and then yeah. Another thing, ukuthwasa Magela. Ukuthwasa is beautiful. I think this is not the time for letting Zoikuluma. It is not the time. It is not the time. So the do's and don'ts ekuthwaseni. Things you need to be mindful of. Things you need to pay attention to. The do's and don'ts ekuthwaseni. The jargon. Kukhona abantu abathwasayo who think they are old ladies. That's disturbing. Kukhona abantu abathwasayo who think they are old ladies. I thought this thing was a joke, but clearly it's not. Men think they are old ladies, and it's getting serious, this thing. G-O-G-O means go. It translates vessel. It does not translate old lady. It does not translate grandma. It does not translate grandmother, this thing. It does not translate salukazi, this thing. It translates vessel. Go. It translates container. Angithi wena ungenwe idlozi. Now you are a vessel to this someone. Uli gogo of this person. Awungogogo, awusosalukazi. You are not an old lady. You are not a grandmother. Please, man, let's stop this thing. It's not funny anymore. No, it's not funny anymore. Gogo means vessel. It does not mean an old lady or a grandmother. So please, man, siyavana ngoku. Siyavana ne? Please, man. Please, in Kubekise kakhulu when I heard someone, because there are these TikTokers now. Hey, I don't know, they're doing the most. Yeah. Apparently, according to the TikTokers, if you are called a makos, ungenwe ligedla. If you are called a gogo, ungenwe salukazi. I was like, yeah. Okay. okay. But please, man, let us stop this thing. Let us stop confusing abantu. I don't care when umuntu ongathwasi misunderstands this, but when umuntu othwasayo misunderstands this, it's insulting. Please, let us stop this thing. Please, man. Angilwi. But for a person who has facial hair, who considers themselves bathwasile, to walk around teaching other people that being called a gogo is because uthwasa isalukazi, that is not even misinformation now. I don't know what to call it. Please, man, don't do this thing. For you to have a live session on TikTok consulting and telling the person who needs help, lying to them and telling them if bangenwe ligedla bazobizwa makhosi, if bangenwe salukazi bazobizwa gogo. The reason why babiza gogo is because ungenwe salukazi. Don't do this, please, man. Don't do this. It's not funny anymore. It is not funny. Please, yekeni lento eniyenzayo. It was a joke maybe somewhere. It's not funny, ngoku. Please stop it. Bantabam, when uyisigogo, you are a vessel. Uyisigogo, uyivessel. Awungogogo, you are not a grandmother to anybody. And being called a gogo or a sigogo is giving respect to what you represent, because now sewuphilela lona ledluleli. Ukuthwasa isimakhosi kuluhlu lendima yokundlondlobala nokugijima nokukhula ekuthwaseni. Ukuthwasa isinguni ukundlondlobala, ukugqwala, ukumemeza, ukukhafulela phezulu nokushukumisa inyalelo. Kungundlondlobala ke lokho kwesinguni. Kulapho intabatho yamandiki ekhona, futhi ukhona inguni elingandlondlobali, elibika likhamba ngomoya, balibiza ngendiki. Kukhona senzawe, umndawe ukhambisa kakhulu ngesihlungu, ngoba ulandela abanye babantu, not all of them, abanye babantu abakhamba ngesihlungu, abathwetyulwa, ababolekwa. Nalapho umuntu angazange ahlangabezane kahle nokufa kwakhe. Abanye balandela eduzane kwamanzi, abanye balandelwa phakathi emanzini, abanye balandelwa phansi kwamanzi. Laba balandelwa phansi kwamanzi bathi sinzunzu, or bathi abanye yinzunzu. Amagqobhoka athi yinzunza. Ungahamba anywhere in this African nation, if we may, Bantu will tell you that translation. So people are misunderstanding ukuthi umuntu ungani thwasa, and they make up these stupid things to confuse people, telling you hayi mawungenwe umuntu owubaba uthwasa isimakhosi, mawungenwe umuntu ongumama bakubiza gogo. No, man, don't do this to people. Bantabam, from now on, please know, igogo, gogo means vessel. You are a vessel of idloti lakini. Ngoba endimeni yokuphila kwethu sithi idloti lakungena. So if you, I so wish kulaba bathwasile kwamampela, when you see another sangoma telling a person ukuthi ubizwa ngogogo because umuntu thwasa ifimini qhwabe ngempama, straight up, I'm not condoning violence, but it needs to be done. It's a pity the guy was on TikTok. I couldn't touch him. It just needed to be done. Because now he's confusing people. And we are here to help the people, not confuse them. So please, man, let us be honest. Tozan. This be my time today. I'll be back here at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock midnight. namhla-ke ngizobuya ngikhafule ngiyoqedelela indima yamathonga. I'll be diving a little bit deeper into indima yamathonga. Now I just want abantu aba-awake now, ngoba abanye bazohamba bophuza, it's a Friday, so abantu abazobambeka. So please know ukuthi when you come to isangoma neThonga, iThonga will never be an easy translation, and there's a difference between iThongo nephupha. Ithonga sisimo sokuvakashelwa, kulapho uvakashelwa khona emathongo, abantu abadala bekupha okuthile. Iphupha is a submission into your memory, kumfuziselo weinkumbulo, you having a dream of something you might have forgotten, even a plot of even your childhood, because your memory has the capacity to keep information for as young as you were 2 years old. It's just that your processing capacity does not allow you to retrieve that information. So kukhona abantu who are just tapping into their memories, but bathonga. Umuntu othwasile can identify what iThonga is, then they can identify ukuthi amntanam today ayi buphupha shem, buphupha namhlanje, bungathongi nix. So let us understand that kukhona umuntu othongayo, kukhona ukuphupha. You see? Kukhona ukuphupha, kukhona ukuthonga. And to those who are stressing umhla umuntu elibele ithonga, if ungumuntu ophahlayo, hamba uyokuphahla, ubonge laba lokho abakudlulisele kona, ufune okunye, demand okunye. Demand them to translate it better to you. Uzoyithola lento oyifunayo. Kulaba abasegodlweni abathwasayo abasaphekwa today, when idlozi lakini likupho okuthile libuye liboleke futhi londo, it simply means that thing oyibonisiwe is not meant for someone else's ears. It's only meant for you. So idlozi lizokubonisa something and take it away sometimes, and then it might give it back to you. If it's something that is going to happen, they might translate that thing back to you, and then you have a memory of something, and then it feels like deja vu. You feel like this day seke ngaliphila lolu suku lanamhlanje, kungoba idlozi likuphile lento lakubonisa yona, la yehlutha, and awaits the moment that thing is going to actually happen. Then to you it's more like deja vu. You feel like everything today has happened before. Some of you are suffering it from that thing on a daily basis, ngoba nikhohle mathonga and relive certain days. So please, let us grow, let us be knowledgeable, and let's not overthink and overshoot indima yobungoma. If you're driving a Ferrari ekuthwaseni usenkingeni, well, it's okay to drive a Ferrari. It's okay. It's okay. But adjust to the speed limit, especially when you are a first-time driver. Relax. Kuloko makela ngiyabonga. We'll be back here at 12 o'clock tonight, midnight. 12 o'clock midnight. Esilwaneni will be live. So esikhuluma ngamathonga, sikhuluma ngendima zokuthwasa, and how to identify amathonga, so that you know when you have had iThonga, you know mhla uvakashelwe, and you know the difference when you are just having one of those strolls down memory lane. So kuloko ngiyabonga. Oh, and I'll be giving a few briefs on ukuthwasa, the projection, mhluthwasa, and everything else. Ngiyabonga. Thokozani.